So listen, when we built in New York City, we built 2.2 units of housing for every new private sector job. Today, it's maybe 0.5, 0.7, which means that the demand has so exceeded the supply that the price has gone up and the city's too damn expensive. I'm going to increase housing by 10%. My plan will increase the amount of housing, 350 units over the next 8 years. It's going to consist of rent-regulated housing that will be affordable to New Yorkers at ranges of incomes, market rate housing that help meet the demand and drive down prices, including in neighborhoods where market rents are accessible to middle income New Yorkers, an existing space that can be activated for affordable residential dwelling. To reach this, I'm going to deploy a number of coordinated tactics, which include doubling the amount of city capital funds being spent on affordable housing construction and focusing the majority of that $2.5 billion a year on building housing that's affordable for people who at 50% or less of area median income. I'll also change zoning requirements and housing regulations to prioritize construction of housing on existing undeveloped and underdeveloped city-owned properties. There are 1 or 2 examples out there today that exist where the rent goes from $225 to $1,999 for a 3-bedroom. Deeply affordable housing, including those who are formerly incarcerated, to those people who are 30% of AMI. 40+% of New Yorkers are rent burden. We have to address this, and fundamental part of my plan is to build affordable housing. Increase the units by 350,000 and make it deeply affordable so those people who are on the front end can actually afford it and live in their homes with dignity. And also it includes, by definition, and it must, our elderly, on whose shoulders we stand.
Absolutely. One follow-up question. It's a very comprehensive plan that you have, that you've articulated. What would be your first priority within the incentives or the other measures that you mentioned you would take if you become mayor?
My first priority has got to be it's really tough to choose amongst the priorities, but I would say the first priority is the economy. Right side by side has got to be safety and justice, and the other's got to be education. We have to address those. That's what makes New York, New York. No jobs, no city, no job, no dignity. No economic justice, no social justice. We got to get the economy up and running. We also need to make certain that our streets are safe. And we need to make certain that our children are being educated so that we don't pay for it on the back end with the social programs that become costly, with the homeless situation, with the mental challenges, with the substance abuse. Let's make sure we get our children educated and that they get the opportunities.